in your opinion, what's the future of Putin and Russia? Because William Gladstone, the famous British Prime Minister in the 1800s, he was famously quoted as saying, "No political career ends well." And very few czars ended up well. What is your prediction regarding Putin? How does it come to finally an end for the Russian people and the world?
No, his political career ended well.
Take to the mic, please.
Yeah, his political career ended well. So if you're talking about William Gladstone,
Right.
He failed to pass the home rule for Ireland, but otherwise, just it was a very prominent career. I would say that is no safe exit for a dictator. And I read enough history books to predict that Putin will die in Kremlin, but it will happen not when he expects it. Mm-hmm. So it will not come from the biological reasons. Okay, technically still with biological reasons, but, but there are natural causes and there's something else. So we don't know when it happens, and that's bad news. The good news, he also doesn't know. When people ask me, so Gary, if Putin goes today, for whatever reason, so do you expect Russia to be turned into democracy? And my answer is no. How can I? I mean, Putin has destroyed the opposition. He literally has created political desert in Russia, as every dictator, successful dictator, did before him. Because the reason he's staying in power for so long means that he eliminated any potential opposition. Now, even if you have a coup, palace coup, or just riots or whatever, any violent actions that could lead to his demise, you don't expect big change, positive change tomorrow. Because if it's desert, what kind of animals can survive in the desert? Snakes, rats, scorpions, and dry the desert, just more rigid animals. So what we know is that the longer Putin stays in power, more drastic would be the consequences of the demise of his regime. So that's the rule of history. So the confronting dictator is always dangerous. Say confronting Hitler in 1938 was very dangerous, but it's much less dangerous than 1939. And of course, in 1937, it would be a totally different cost. Still, there would be cost in human lives, destruction, because dictator, it doesn't go away peacefully. So it's not through the ballot, but through the bullet. But waiting for Putin to self-destruct or to this problem to be dissolved, it just shows that on this side of the Iron Curtain, new Iron Curtain. We have all politicians who try sort of to shift the problem to another leader. I mean, let's wait. It's after this infamous Iranian deal, I said that Obama's motto was, following this famous Chamberlain, a peace for our time. For Obama, it was peace for my term. So, and that's the problem, because dictators used to stay for a much longer period than presidents or prime ministers, and they used to play only for survival, and that's why it's a mistake thinking a dictator has a long strategic plan. He doesn't. He can't afford it. A successful dictator thinks about surviving today, maybe tomorrow morning, and then there will be another day. And that's their advantage of being much more eloquent in making tactical moves, but they cannot make strategic plans. So the biggest advantage of democracy over dictators is that we have institutions, and the power of the institutions helps us to think or to prepare long-term strategic plans. And by not doing so, we are giving up our biggest advantage.